All right, this video is about the Unicode function in Google Sheets. So we will take a look at it right now. What the Unicode function does is it returns the decimal Unicode of the first character of an input string. So we're going to go through what that means. But first, this is sheetshelp.com. I'm Adam Steinfurth, and this is where you can learn anything you want to know about Google Sheets. So we've started out with the words Unicode, and in this case, let's give it this upward facing arrow. So this is not a character that's on my keyboard, so I had to use a Unicode character to get it in there. I hit enter, and this tells me that the decimal code for that upward facing arrow is 8593. That's the simplest example of how this function works. Let's dig into that a little bit though. So the decimal code is not usually what you find when you look up these characters. So let's go look up the upward facing arrow. Happen to already have it at the top. The Unicode website is saying it's 2191. All right, 2191 is the hex code for an upper facing arrow. So you can find that by taking the decimal code, converting it to the hex code. So des to hex. I'll put a reference for this function in the description of the video. But you link to that decimal code and it can change it to the hex code. So now you have both ways to designate what this arrow is. So having this in a function and having it return number values means that you can do some kind of fun things with it. And one of the things that we can do is check to see if a character is uppercase or lowercase. So here's a list of Unicode characters, and if you scroll down to see just where the normal Latin, normal to me, maybe not to you, but where the Latin characters are, they start at 65, but these are uppercase. And if you go down, they go all the way through 90. So we will use the ranges of these codes to check to see the case of the letter. So let's copy the formula. I already have it written out here. We will give you a copy of this spreadsheet so you can see this formula. But what we've done is we've said, hey, let's look at the value in A14, and if it's greater than 64 and less than 91, it's uppercase, so say true. Otherwise, it's false. So if I change that lowercase h to an uppercase h, it says true. And one more thing to keep in mind, it can be a little bit tricky to work in this character-based interface with these codes. So there is an extension that we make called insert special characters. And this will bring up all these Unicode characters and you can just insert them. Let me go to cell F18 here. You can just insert them by clicking on them. And you can, there it goes. Also just search for anything you want and grab it from there. All right, in this next video, we're going to talk about really the opposite of the Unicode function, which is the unichar function, or short for unicharacter. I'll see you in that video. Thanks for watching.